Greetings, scholars. Welcome to Fall 2026. This is Introduction to Ethnic Studies for my online courses. You will find your section number up here in the upper left-hand corner. You will also find it on your dashboard. I am instructing 3 online classes. The section numbers are 47546, 47553, and 47554. So please make sure that you are aware of what your particular section number is. All of the Canvas pages look the same, so I'm going to use this particular page, but ensure that you know which section number you're enrolled in. I am also teaching 2 in-person classes. So your section number is super important, especially when we're communicating with each other. And I'll say that more than once. All right, so this is our landing page on Canvas. I'm Dr. LaShonda Carter. I have an introduction video here on this page, and this page will also house this first video. I want to go over a bit of the structure of our home page, and then we'll have some additional videos throughout the Canvas space. So our home page has our navigational bar. We have our to-do lists, tasks, and calendars. And then we have the central landing section. So we have several quick links for easy navigation. Your primary places on in this Canvas page will be your module, your syllabus assignments, quizzes. You'll probably be interested in grades and that kind of thing. I have the syllabus quick linked here and the modules quick linked here as well. The welcome message and the core description of the course. Ethnic Studies is an introduction course. We're offering students an overview of the core theoretical and historical foundations of the discipline. So it's not a history course, but we do talk about the historical foundations of the discipline. We emphasize comparative and intersectional approaches to the study of race and ethnicity in the United States and across the diasporic communities of historically marginalized groups. Diasporic comes from the word diaspora, disperse. So it's just the disbursement of the groups around the globe. This introduction to the interdisciplinary field of ethnic studies examines the historical and contemporary experiences of diverse communities of color in the United States. Students will explore how race and ethnicity are social constructs that have shaped laws, institutions, and everyday life, with a focus on African American, Native Americans in the United States, Asian American and Pacific Islander, and Chicanx Latinx communities. Major topics includes the structures of racism, white supremacy, imperialism, and colonialism, and how these systems intersect with factors like class, gender, sexuality, immigration status, ability, and much more. Emphasis is placed on the resistance in social movements led by communities of color, from historical struggles for civil rights and sovereignty to contemporary movements such as Black Lives Matters and Indigenous water protectors. By centering anti-racist, decolonial, and liberation frameworks, the course empowers students to critically analyze oppression and articulate strategies for building a more equitable and just society. That is the basic outline of what ethnic studies is. Again, it is not a history course. I want you to think of ethnic studies in terms of power and power relations and the different socially constructed hierarchies that maintain those power dynamics. And we'll get more into that as the course goes. Here's a welcome video of me and my faculty bio. I am a professor of ethnic studies at Riverside. I hold degrees in African American studies and in English. I hold a doctorate in critical culture and theory from the University of Irvine. I began teaching at RCC in 2022. And I am really quite heavily involved on campus with quite a few things. We have the student club, the Ethnic Studies Student Club. If you're interested, I will be sharing some information about that. We're involved in putting on different workshops and that kind of thing. So I'm also the assistant chair of my department and several other councils at the campus. So I'm pretty involved. So you'll see me around. Here is the basic information to get in touch with me. I give you my preferred pronouns. Canvas email or the Remind app are the best ways to get in contact with me. Calling me on the telephone is not as effective because I'm not always in that office. The turnaround time, I try to respond within 48 hours or so, Monday through Friday, and I usually respond on weekends as well, particularly if you reach me on the Remind app. My office hours are listed in the table that I'm going to show you, but it is by appointment only because my office is super tiny, really cute, but super tiny. And so we can't all be in there at the same time. In addition to that, sometimes my office hours are virtual and other times they are either virtual and in person. So I ask you all to schedule your appointments through Calendly. And here is the Calendly link. So here's the office hours. We have Tuesdays, 4 to 5 p.m. That's via Zoom only because I'm usually not on campus at that time on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to noon. You can do those in person or in Zoom. I'm usually in the office or in the Emoja room or in Quad 100, which is the ethnic studies kind of communal space. And then on Thursdays, 8 to 9 a.m. That's right before my first class, and I'm usually in the office. So you can meet me in person or via Zoom. If you select Zoom, a link for the meeting will be sent to you in your appointment confirmation email. So the way that you would book an appointment is the circles are the days that I hold office hours. You would click on the time. They're scheduled for about 15 minutes apart. You put in your name and your email, the email that you want to receive your information. I would suggest your student email because especially if you're selecting Zoom, I would suggest your student email. But here are the locations. Give me your name as it appears on Canvas. Please select your section number, and these are the 5 sections that I'm teaching, or other. Please indicate what it is that I can do to help prepare for the meeting. And if you would like a text, you do not have to do this. If you would like a text to be sent to you so that you can add it to your calendar or whatever, enter your phone number and it will automatically send you a text. And then you schedule the event. Really, really quite easy. So course information, we are on Canvas. This is completely asynchronous. That means that you are responsible for keeping up with the course and your requirements. Here are those office hours again. Getting started. Here are quick links if you need information on how to use Canvas. That information is located there. If you Another quick link to the course syllabus, to the welcome module, and the module indexes all together. And then important dates. These are dates that you should bear in mind. This is not just for this class, this is for all of your classes. These are institutional dates. The last day to add a class is September 7th, but the last day to get a refund is September 4th. So I want you to be very mindful of that as you are trying to plan out your fall and dropping classes or adding classes. Those dates are really important. The last day to drop without a W is also the 7th. The census date is the 8th. The census is the reporting system that your professors have to use for those first 2 weeks of class to say whether or not you're active in the course. In an online course, active means that you're logging in regularly, that you're doing all of the assignments, In those first 2 weeks, it's important regardless, but in those first 2 weeks, in order to maintain your position in the class, you need to make sure that you're active in the course. The census, if you're not active, if you haven't done any of the assignments, and I report you to the census, you will automatically be dropped. Here's the thing about your online courses that a lot of people don't know. Canvas tracks everything that you do. So on the professor end of Canvas, we see all the pages you look at, how long you looked at those pages, whether or not you completed an assignment or attempted an assignment. It's all there in Canvas. So it tells us whether or not you're actively engaging in the course. So be mindful of that. And then the drop with the W. So let's say you're going into the course, everything is going great. And then for some reason, partial way through the course, you're not able to complete the course. The last day to drop and you not have to receive a passing grade is November 13th. You can drop and receive a W. So be mindful of those dates. And then I'm going to say this a couple of times. If you need help on this, here are the resources that you use. I cannot fix Canvas issues. I can look at an assignment to see if it's open for everyone, but if you're having trouble accessing the assignment and it's only you, then that's a Canvas issue and you have to talk to Canvas, to the Canvas tech support. If you can't log on or that kind of thing, that is a Canvas tech support issue. I can't fix those issues, unfortunately. So that is our home page. Those are the things that you need to know for us. Again, we have our navigational bar, we have our landing page. I'm going to end this video here so that I can upload it for you. And I will see you in the next video.